I've been to conferences in the past, professional ones, and usually they have kind of the same thing like this. There's a menu of the day, and sometimes at best you kind of get one here that is interesting. You kind of go through this other one, but you don't get much out of it. Maybe later on, but it's kind of hit or miss. But man, not here. I showed up the night I got here. I looked through the agenda, leafed through it, and man, I felt like a kid in a candy store.
It's always wonderful. I mean, I've only been twice, but it's always been wonderful. It's my favorite experience for any of the trainings that we ever go to.
In particular, I love the diversity of the people. Diversity of the people, diversity of the experiences, and of the opinions. And I think that's vitally important. They are such an interactive group of very, very intelligent people. And if you can't walk away from here with 3, 4, 5, 20 ideas of what else you can do when you get back to your office, then you're missing the point of this.
What I really see this year is how many lessons have been learned over the years in terms of making sure it's valuable for everybody, and you really can tell that that effort has paid off. But mostly, what is best about the conference is all the different industries and types of practitioners that are represented, and the amount that we get to learn from each other and hear from each other's ideas.
There's a lot. There's a lot going on with all the conversations and all the richness. So it's been interesting to pace yourself because each conversation is pretty rich.
We get an awful lot of joy just being with people who think the same way and have the same passions about this work.
I mean, it's really a like a summer camp, adult summer camp retreat type of environment, and it's a nice getaway and a nice way to learn about some intense things, but you also still feel relaxed at the same time.
The place is amazing. I mean, I'm a big outdoors guy, and so I really love that element. I also like to eat, and 5 stars there.
I think what's kind of lovely is the space that this happens in. This kind of conversation couldn't happen in any space. It has this specific space which supports the conversation because it's an oasis. You need the space of coming into this oasis to have this conversation, right? And have this immersion and have people be able to eat together, like allow ideas to bump into each other, to take walks, to spend time together at the fire. And that's what creates the crucible within which the conversations happen.
First day, I was reminded how I get so much out of just hearing new people react to the same content that I might have been teaching for a few years, but new group, new ideas, it's like a whole new thing.
But beyond that, it's the camaraderie and the ability to really connect and then have time to bring your experiences out and get feedback from folks that have really done this work in the trenches.
This is about my ninth time. I missed the first one. So I stay fresh. And I come here to learn new things and share new things. And it's always refreshing.
I'm a scientist by trade, and so I like verification and data and validation of things. So when you have a hypothesis or a theory, it all sounds good and you can kind of test it in your head. But coming to the Summer Institute, I think, let me really see the data of how this is getting applied.
So yeah, I mean, it's just, again, across the board, just coming away with a full plate of takeaways.